For years, Hollywood has been desperate to create an American equivalent of James Bond. There's been Ethan Hunt and Jason Bourne, and in the 60s there was Flint. In the early 90s, Alec Baldwin starred as Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan in The Hunt for Red October. Then Harrison Ford took on the character in Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger. Ben Affleck did a reboot with The Sum of All Fears, and then Chris Pine went a bit left field with Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. Then Amazon came along with 4 seasons of original stories starring John Krasinski. I really enjoyed them. Krasinski did a really good job of combining the role of a financial analyst and an ex-Marine who can do action scenes. Now a new movie has been released, bringing the cast of the series back together in Jack Ryan Ghost War. We start in Dubai, where 2 agents of some sort break into an unfinished skyscraper to hack a server to download some data. They are hunted and killed by some roided mercenaries led by a suave mag called Crown, who knows they're being watched by a scruffy British agent. Ryan is a civilian, working for a finance company. His old boss Greer, now deputy director of the CIA, asks him for help, as Ryan is fortuitously going to Dubai for business. Greer asks him to meet someone out there to pick up something. Mike, the CIA contractor, goes with him. The meeting goes badly as a British agent, Nigel, is murdered, and a boat chase leads to Ryan and Mike into the company of Emma, an MI6 agent who has been shadowing Nigel. They head back to London, where Greer reveals the details of Starling, a post-9/11 anti-terror project that had been shut down. They determine Crown is trying to reactivate the terror group Starling destroyed to create international turmoil that would somehow ring in a new world order or something or other. CIA Director Wright flies over to get involved, and an operation to track a terror safe house uncovers a huge stash of weapons and explosives. But Ryan realizes it's a trick, and Wright is killed by a car bomb by Crown. A big set-piece car chase through London leads to a massive gunfight where Crown escapes. They figure out the MI6 deputy is involved, head to Dubai to get the data, big shootout, all done. 107 minutes is all it took to get through this pretty simple and less than stellar plot. I enjoyed the series because it delved into the characters on both sides and made efforts to move the plots in a believable fashion that takes its time without labouring any points. This is just a run-of-the-mill spy action thriller that has decent action but isn't particularly thrilling. It relies on some real stupidity by the characters for this to work. For example, the location of the server is known at the start, and Crown knows it was transmitting. Why didn't he use the tech experts he must have had to set it up to move it, as the location must have been trackable, or at least have some sort of IP masking? Then there's the chase. This whole safe house was a way to get firepower away from the heads of the CIA and MI6 so Wright could be murdered with a car bomb. Why? Somehow Crown got a car bomb onto an MI6 car, so how would armed police or special forces have protected her? Why did Crown hang around to signal to Greer to trigger a car chase? When Crown crashed his car and walked away like a geezer, we get the usual dumb face-off where Greer has a chance to shoot Crown in the face, but a stare down causes Greer to freeze. Then henchmen show up from stage left and start shooting. Really? Greer is already known to have tortured people to death. Why wouldn't he just shoot Crown there and then? Why did Crown think he wouldn't? His plan was to get Greer into the CIA top job for some reason, so why did the henchmen try to kill him rather than just get Crown to safety? Here's the thing, I genuinely like the series, but I don't actually remember much about them. They weren't super memorable. I only rewatched them whenever a new series came out, but I wasn't desperate to keep up with the characters, plots and histories. This movie is just as forgettable. It's a big fat whatever that feels like a cheap way for Amazon to keep a franchise ticking over without the annoying effort of producing 8 episodes of quality scripts and engaging plots with interesting character development and plots that make sense. While I enjoyed the series, I never understood why they didn't just adapt the books. Yes, a few of them have already been made, but so what? Hollywood loves a reboot, and I don't think the people at Amazon have any more artistic integrity than the average studio that they're desperate to be original. Yes, some of the plots are out of date, but so? The Bond movies often bore little resemblance to the novels, e.g. Moonraker, but they still went with it. Why couldn't Amazon? Well, they own Bond now, so maybe they don't really care anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do some sort of Bond-Ryan crossover, which would be terrible. Please don't. Jack Ryan Ghost War is 107 minutes of cliches, dumb plot devices, mediocre characters, uninteresting motivations, and leaps of logic that are senseless and far too convenient. It's a movie that adds nothing to the franchise other than Ryan and Greer getting promotions and could easily be left out. Ryan is a character that I'm sure deserves a lot more. I've never read the books, but I've read the first 3 Bond novels and they are trash. I'm sure Clancy did a better job than Fleming, but Hollywood doesn't seem to care. Hopefully this will be the end, and in 10 years or so someone will come up with a way of adapting the novels in an interesting and contemporary way that will do Clancy justice. For now, we just have to wait to see how Amazon screws up 007.